Okay, I think we can probably get started, and anyone who joins can get caught up. So welcome back. Thank you guys for coming to another meeting. It's not a huge turnout, but there's definitely some new members this year that keep coming back, and it's so nice to see your guys' faces. Today, we're just gonna go over quickly some of the fundraising point system, just another overview, how it works, how you can save money by volunteering. We're also gonna talk about the 2 upcoming fundraisers we have. No, we don't have 2 upcoming fundraisers. The one fundraiser we have right now, and then how to fundraise over the Christmas break. And then I'll give you a quick summary on the TeleBrigades, the dates and the costs, as well as we will remind you one more time that today is a really important deadline. Also, we'll talk about how you can register on Empowered if you haven't already. And then we're going to do a fun little activity in a breakout room, just about how to talk about Global Brigades. And yeah, well, let's get right into it because I don't want this meeting to go too long. So the fundraising point system, just a reminder that you can collect points in so many different ways by contributing your time or effort to the club. This can be from coming out to fundraisers or even just sharing stuff on social media, which I always like to emphasize is super easy and it gets you 5 points per social media. It's super easy to get these points and it's going to lead you to getting a discounted donation goal. If you're wondering what your donation goal is, that's how much you're going to pay to participate in a TeleBrigade. So by fundraising and helping the club raise money or promote the club, you're going to save money on participating in your TeleBrigade. Here you can see the link, which I'm going to quickly post in the chat. It is to the point tracking. So you'll see there's a bunch of student numbers. Just need to find the chat here. So there's a bunch of student numbers along the side, and it'll say the fundraisers along the top and how many points you got for going to what fundraiser. So you can keep track of your points then. Our funders are doing an excellent job of that. But if you notice they forgot maybe one of your bottles, your bags of bottles, and you're missing 5 points, send them a message and they will change that right away. New, we have our point levels out. So to get on the gold level, you have to have 150 points. The silver level 100 and bronze 50. And these levels are just saying where you're at and how much, not exactly how much you're going to get, but if you're in the gold level, that's the highest level you can get. So you're going to get the most money off of your donation goal. So you want to be in the gold level and it's only 150 points. That's really nothing. Like even if you're at 0 right now, there's still plenty of time, plenty of fundraisers, plenty of opportunities to get to that goal, which will really help with the cost because I know all of us are students here and we all have so many expenses. So definitely work towards that. It's super easy. If you click on the link here and you don't see your student number, or like I said, there's a discrepancy somewhere, just message one of our message our account like uvicgb@gmail.com or one of us exec members and we'll get it sorted out for you. So we had a hoodie fundraiser. We were talking about it for like a few weeks now. And we've got our design. Bear with me, I'm just gonna let you know that this little edit here was done by the mastermind right here, who is not an editor. This is like, I literally just screenshot photos and put them on a Google screenshot of a black hoodie. So this is not exactly what it'll look like, thankfully. This is gonna be our design here. It says resolving health and economic disparities down there, which you will be able to see better. This is still somewhat in the works. It should be finalized today or tomorrow. Tomorrow or Friday. That's why I had to do this editing. But the hoodies are gonna be approximately $50 to $55. To order one, you just have to fill out an order form, which will be a Google form that we will send out as soon as the details are finalized. And then after you fill out that order form, you're gonna wanna e-transfer your payment to uvicgb@gmail.com. On the order form, you'll see a size guide, and it'll also let you pick what brigade type. So if you're in business brigade here, you can see you'd get the business icon, and it'll say Global Business Brigade. If you're in medical, it would be the plus sign with the Global Medical Brigades, and same for engineering. One thing I should note that since we're still finalizing, this is the general idea, but we're not sure if it's all gonna be brigade blue like this here. So we're not sure if this and this will be brigade blue. We're trying to get it so the front is brigade blue and the back will be the brigade color. So medical's red, engineering's just like burgundy orange, and then business is like a different kind of blue. Yeah, I just saw what Cole put in the chat. You'll also get 10 points for each hoodie you order. So if you want to order one for yourself and your sister or your cousin or whoever, because they're cool hoodies, do it. There'll be more details about these hoodies coming out once they're finalized, but you'll notice the deadline to order is December 7th, which is Monday, which is coming super quick. But if it's too quick for you and you're not sold on it, you're not sure, don't worry, we'll keep the orders going and we'll place another one in January-ish, but we do need to get an order sent by the 7th at the latest. So make sure if you want a hoodie right now, you love it, place your order. If you're not sure, then just wait it out and we'll have another order coming up, okay? I think that's all. If you have any questions or concerns, just email us like always. Yeah, that's it for hoodies. And then for upcoming fundraisers, as you know, we're in December now. We're just about done our semester. So this will be our last meeting of December, but I'll get to that anyways. We don't have any group fundraising events coming up besides that hoodie one. We do have Soap for Hope, where you can volunteer and you get points for volunteering. It's on December 13th from 4 till 8. There will be a sign-up sheet on our social media as well as sent out in our meeting minutes. And then we're planning on having a bottle drive in January, which is important to know because one thing you can do over the winter break is to collect all your bottles from your friends, your family, from hopefully you're staying in your household over the Christmas break. But that doesn't mean you can go socially distance, pick up someone's bottles, and then you can rack in those points when you show up at our bottle drive in January. Another way to fundraise over the holiday, because if you're all seeing those point tracking or the point levels, and you're like, oh, I really want 150 points. Again, keep those bottles, but another way to fundraise is just to get donations from your friends or family. So once you've signed up on Empowered, you've essentially registered for your TeleBrigade. This is the interface for medical, but there's also our business and engineering. So you'll see down some of our members, I don't know if you can see these well, but I think this one's Cole's. If Cole had just told his parents, like, hey, for Christmas, I really want you to donate for my trip, for my TeleBrigade, they can go to the site and they can click on Cole and they can donate to his TeleBrigade. So it'll go directly to him. But if for some reason, or if they want to donate to everybody, it can go in the general donations, which will then get split among people when the time comes. So that's a great way to get some extra donations over the break while we're all seeing all our family or Zooming our family. And later in this meeting, we're going to talk about how to kind of ask for donations and how to tell people what Global Brigades is. Next, we're just going to do a quick overview of our TeleBrigades. I'm just trying to look if there's any questions in the chat. No, okay, cool. So here we have our business TeleBrigade, which is where the more sustainable and long-term needs begin to be addressed, which comes after our immediate medical needs. The business brigade is what's going to allow for economic growth to begin in the community, which will help provide capital for investments in future public health projects. Our UVic business brigade is going from February 15th to 19th. And it does also have our $150 donation goal deposit. However, for business, and I'll soon talk about engineering, it has been extended. I don't know the exact date yet, but it's good news if any of you are on the fence about business or engineering. You do have a bit more time. Your deposit does not need to be in by tonight. And don't forget, here you can see that if you recruit somebody new to GB, you can get 20 points, which will go towards your donation goal. Here we have our medical brigade, which is going to be the first step of the holistic model towards community empowerment. It's going to work to facilitate access to cheaper healthcare and medication for those with limited access, as well as empower the local physicians and healthcare workers. This TeleBrigade is going to go from February 16th to 26th. Here you can see a bit of a schedule. It's probably super blurry, but these will be made public in no time, so don't worry if you want to check it out. what you'll kind of be doing each day. Some of it, I think the red here is self-paced activities, but it's nothing too crazy. It's a great schedule. The big thing for this is the donation goal of $150 is tonight at 10 p.m. So if you haven't sent it in, take a minute, stop listening to me, go send in your e-transfer. It's going to be going to uvicgb@gmail.com. I see Sam put something in the chat. Oh yeah, so it's actually gonna be February 16th to 21st. These are all proposed dates, so definitely not set in stone, but you can count on it being in that time frame. And one more thing about the donation goal, how I said it's due tonight. If you are like super on the fence and you're not sure and you don't want to cough up $150, one option is you can just cough it up, and then if you change your mind, we can work around that and get you your money back. Or two, you can wait until the 15th and you can pay via credit card, but you will be paying an extra like $5 or so because of the service charge. But I'll get into that in a little bit. Just to the execs out there, if you see something in the chat that you can't address or I need to address, can you just let me know, because it's hard to look at it from my screen. So here we have the engineering brigade or TeleBrigade, which is going to be the first step towards clean water access. And the goal here is design and budget a sustainable community-wide water system with continuous access for each household. And the importance behind this is that the access to clean water is going to improve our sanitation and hygiene, which reduces many risks of diseases. This TeleBrigade is going to go from the 13th to the 21st. And again, the donation goal for engineering is going to be $150. I don't know why it doesn't say that, but it did get extended. So if you're on the fence, you want to think about it, you got that time, but just stay in the loop and we'll put out those extended dates soon. Okay, big reminder that today at 10 p.m., like I just said a minute ago, is the deadline if you want to come on a medical TeleBrigade. We want you to sign up on Empowered and register for this TeleBrigade. If you don't know how or you're really confused, please just stay on the Zoom call and I will take you through a really fun, quick tutorial. It takes maybe 3 minutes, so not a lot of time. And then we also need you to send your deposit, which this is really key because Sarah needs to get all the money out tomorrow and actually mail it to GB. So we need it in tonight, ASAP. And I'm pretty sure everyone here knows how to send an e-transfer. If not, I will show you how to do that too. So if you have any questions about the deadline tonight and you want to come on the medical TeleBrigade, just stay on the call and ask me your questions, or anyone. Like I said, December 15th for the medical TeleBrigade. If you end up not paying tonight and you think on the 10th, man, all my friends are going, it's gonna be so fun, you can still come. You're just gonna have to pay an extra $5 and pay online. But if that's the case, make sure to let us know, because it does take a lot of planning for these TeleBrigades, and our presidents need to know how many volunteers they're gonna have with us. Cool. Do we have any questions about the deadline, about the TeleBrigades? Are you on the fence? Does anyone want to talk about anything regarding this that I've just talked about? Execs, do you have anything to add about the deadline or anything?
I was just going to say we've been like kind of beating the horse on the $150 deposit deadline as well, but it's also the deadline to sign up on Empowered for that as well. Well, kind of, yeah, especially if you're paying by e-transfer.
Yeah, so if you're not signed up, please stay on the call and I will do a little tutorial. So let's move on and have a little bit of fun. So we're going to talk about how to talk about Go Brigades. So over the last 2 months, every meeting we've had, we've been asking you to promote GB, attend the fundraisers, ask for donations, and it can be kind of challenging if you don't feel like you have a full grasp on what you're supporting and why. And I remember last year I went to a, it was my first year last year, and Sarah and I went to a bottle drop, or not a bottle drop, a bake sale. And we were there with 2 other execs, but there was a time when the 2 execs left, and we were both looking at each other like, what are we supposed to tell these people? Why are we taking their money? Why are we selling baked goods? So this will be kind of a good helper for you in knowing how to talk about GB, how to tell your family what you're doing in February, or who you're volunteering with, or why they're giving you their bottles. So it'll be fun. So we're going to go into breakout rooms, and I want you to introduce yourself in case I'm sure everyone in here doesn't know each other yet. And then I want you to think about Global Brigades and what words pop into your mind when you hear that. So you might want to write it down on a piece of paper. Maybe if you can remember it, that's awesome. But I am going to get you guys, once you come back, I'll call on your group number. So breakout room 1, 2, 3, whatever. And I'll write down all the words on my slide so we can talk about it a little bit more. This is only going to give you 5 minutes. So just a quick intro, get to know each other, and then think of some words. So what I think we will do is I'm going to get one person, or if everyone from each group wants to say something, go ahead. And I'm just going to use this Zoom tool to type some ideas on here. Group 1, can you tell me a few words that you came up with?
Yeah, I took the notes so I can just say them for you. Like how many, because we kind of put a lot, but I don't want to take them and put all of them down. So
maybe there was 6 groups, let's do 3.
3, okay, so we have sustainable.
I hope I don't spell anything wrong. Okay, go ahead.
Empowerment.
Great words.
And learning experience.
Nice, I like all of those.
Thanks.
Okay, great job, group 1. Group 2.
Yeah, so these guys kind of put it on me to talk, but I'm new here, so I'm going to try my best. We came up with a few words. Empowerment and sustainable was also in the mix. We also thought of like long term.
Nice, that's good.
Just like community involvement.
Nice, that one's a really good one. Were you with Justin Allen?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Group 3.
I mean, I was the one who took the notes. I didn't even think about, putting someone on the spot here. But if either you guys want to remember all of them, otherwise I'm happy to say them. We also had a ton, so I'm glad we only have to do 3, but a lot of these overlapped as well. So helping other people was kind of like a big theme. Involvement in rural communities. We also had empowerment in several different forms, but community involvement, a sense of community within brigaders as well.
Sense of community within a brigade?
Yeah, like within all the members.
Within 12, that was easier. Cool, good job, group 3. Group 4.
I think that was my group. Okay, Veda, we have collaboration.
Nice.
Holistic. And student-led.
Perfect. Those are 3 good ones.
Thank you.
Group 5.
I think that was my group. We just kind of had more of a conversation. So we have like long-term continuing partnerships, both with like the communities and the Global Brigades. Teamwork with, working with the communities versus kind of for them. And then obviously sustainable, but that was kind of already said. So that's kind of what we talked about.
Perfect. Thanks, Sophie. And group 6, last but not least.
Okay, well, I think that all of ours have been said already, but we could do development.
Perfect.
Let's go with community health workers.
Nice.
And nonprofit. And then we also talked a lot about holistic, sustainability, empowered,
hit all the points.
Partnership.
Perfect. Thank you, group 6. I need to fix my screen so I can see everything. So here, you guys kind of got the idea, and I'm sure if you've been at the other meetings, it's a lot about sustainability, a lot about empowerment, and a big one that I liked, I think it was Sophie's group, was about partnership. and that it's not necessarily working for a community, it's working with a community. Well, that's all over actually. Everyone did a great job. So I hope you got a good idea, because now I wonder if, yeah, hold on, I have to erase these. Perfect. So now I'm going to put you back in your breakout groups, and you're going to work on an elevator pitch. So this is going to be a 30 to 60 second long, super quick and concise elevator pitch. So essentially what you will spiel out to somebody if you were in an elevator ride with them. Just, we're using elevator ride because it's just super quick, and you don't want to be talking for too long and lose someone's interest, but you want to talk long enough that you can get the idea out. A few things to keep in mind are those words that you just thought about. So those are all great. Just make them into proper sentences. And then you want to finish up with a follow-up. So it could be like, if I was talking to my friend, I could say, hey, why don't you just send me a message and I can tell you more? Or hey, why don't you check out our Facebook page? Here's the link. Or hey, we have a fundraiser coming up. Why don't you come check it out and volunteer? So something that they can do from your message that you're sending to them. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in your same groups, and you're gonna make this elevator pitch. You can make it together as a group. I'm going to challenge the execs not to talk, because I think 90% of the talkers were execs, and we want everyone to practice, even though I'm sure the execs could use practice. You're gonna create a pitch for a certain scenario. You guys can make up the scenario, but a few examples is if you're trying to recruit your friend, if you're asking a relative for a donation, you're telling a random classmate about it, or maybe you're at the bottle drive and a lady's like, hey, here's all my bottles. Can you tell me what they're for? And you're like, yeah, let me tell you. You got 60 seconds to sell it to her. Okay, so I'm gonna put you back in the breakout groups. Again, it'll be probably like 3 or 4 minutes, really quick, and then we will wrap up the meeting. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So elevator pitch time. I'm really excited to hear everybody's. I'm going to start, I guess I'll just start with group one, to be fair. Group one, let's hear what you got.
Okay, I'll speak for us this time. So Aisha and I decided that we would pretend that we are at a bottle drive going to someone's house, and they kind of ask what it's all about. So I guess we'll go up to the door and we'll say, hi, we're Ali and Aisha. We're from the University of Victoria Global Brigades chapter. We're part of an international nonprofit organization that works to bring sustainable development programs in Latin American countries. That's where our chapter focuses. Our 3 main branches are engineering, medical, and business. So I'm going on a medical brigade, and Aisha's going on business. So what we're going to focus on is is facilitating programs in either Honduras or Panama, and working with the community to achieve either health-related or business-related goals. And in order to accomplish this, we need to raise funds in order to bring supplies and necessary equipment with us. And we would be really happy to share more information with you on this Facebook link, or we can invite you to our next fundraising event.
Perfect. That was so good. I don't know how anyone's going to top it. Good job. Great work, you guys. I mean, I still believe in everybody, but that was a good one. So group 2, go ahead.
So I'm speaking again. I'm kind of just going off of what I would explain to my parents that I'm getting involved in. So Global Brigades is a nonprofit organization that works with rural communities using a holistic model to promote empowerment. And the goal in the end is to leave them self-sustaining. I'm going on a medical brigade, so that's the first step to help develop healthcare in these communities. And what we'll be working on is towards our donation goals is in order to help sustain these communities long-term. And I do this by volunteering my time and also learning from these communities and the healthcare workers. And if you want to know more, I can send you some links, and hopefully you as my parents can help financially sustain me in this.
Wow, that was really good. Awesome job. Perfect. Group 3.
Okay, so our situation was that we were in an awkward breakout room, and we were supposed to give a pitch about what it was as we let the time run out. So our thing would be that we would talk about what we do, and that is we go in and we're a part of a brigade, and there's 3 different chapters. So there's engineering, business, and medical. And then you go into a rural community and you help assist them and build sustaining infrastructure and other things, so that the goal is that that the brigade is no longer needed. And then this year, because it's a TeleBrigade, I would discuss what will be happening with that and how that we are still fundraising for the medical brigade, and that we are still able to donate other supplies and stuff. And however, with COVID, you are going to be able to participate in different seminars through Zoom this year, instead of being able to actively go into the rural communities.
Perfect. That was so good too. Wow. This warms my heart to know you guys actually like know what Global Brigades is, and that, oh, I love it. Okay. Good work. Group 4, I think. Group 4.
Yeah, so I'm picturing the scenario that I'm just hanging out in an elevator, waiting to go up the floor, and some guy just walks in and he seems like he'd be really interested in Global Brigades, and I gotta give him this little speech. So I would say Global Brigades is a nonprofit student-led organization that partners with underdeveloped communities in Central America and Africa to help lead them to being sustainable on their own. Fun fact is that 13 of the 444 partner communities have been inaugurated as an empowered community. So yeah, and then I would say, as he's trying to get off the elevator, I'd say, no, listen, if you want to get more involved, go check out our Facebook page to learn more. And then he'd be hooked. How could he say no?
Reed, that was good. You sold me. That was
Thank
really
you.
good. Oh, you're getting some hand clapping.
Oh, perfect. Thanks,
impressive.
guys.
That fun fact you knew, that was really good.
I know. I just knew off the top of my head.
Okay, group 5.
So I'll just be talking for this one. So our scenario is where we're at a bottle drive, and there's someone that kind of just in the process of like dumping off their bottles and is like, oh, by the way, like, what am I donating to? So we say that we're doing this fundraiser for Global Brigades, which is the largest student-led nonprofit organization in the world that uses a holistic model of development. We're trying to fundraise to send TeleBrigades this year, which will allow us to still make a difference without actually traveling down in country. The funds that you will be able to give us will help send engineers into the communities for the engineering brigade, doctors for the medical brigade, and then allow the business consultations to happen as well. And then we'll give like a little business card or something. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or check out our website or anything. Yeah.
Nice. That was really good, Sophie. Thank you. Group 6.
Yeah, so I'll be talking for group 6. So our scenario was explaining to one of our friends who asked about what the club is. And so we wrote it down here, and we're just going to say Global Brigades is a student-led organization that partners with communities to work towards making the community self-sustainable in the long term. And in specific, this is done through implementing a holistic model and local work in the community year-round.
Perfect. Short and sweet, and it got to the point. I love it. That was group 6. Okay, awesome. We're all done. Like I said after the first 3, this makes me so happy, because as my exec role, one of the biggest things is to teach you guys what Global Brigades is. And it's really difficult over Zoom and like making sure everyone's paying attention. And sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, but it's really nice to hear you guys talk about this, even if you just like actually finally learned what Global Brigades is. It sounds like everyone has a good understanding, and I'm really happy about that. So thank you guys for sticking around and participating in that. I'll just summarize the meeting here really quick, and then we'll get into some questions. Reminder, if you want to go in the medical brigade, you need to sign up on Empowered, which I will hold a tutorial right after this. I promise it'll take 3 minutes out of your day. And you need to send your deposit to uvicgb@gmail.com. If you want a hoodie, stay up to date on our social media, as well as check your emails, because I'll make sure to release that via email and on our Facebook and Instagram as to how you can purchase a hoodie. You'll actually see the final design. And yes, that the deadline for that is going to be December 7th, which will stay on the post and everything. but I just want to say that again. There's Soap for Hope volunteering December 13th. There will be a post about this as well as a sign-up sheet, and you can get points from volunteering here. The point breakdown will be on the post as well. And then our next meeting isn't until after the winter break. So I hope everybody is staying safe and staying in their households. And I hope despite everything going on, you're able to have an enjoyable break and hopefully get to see your loved ones, whether it's over Zoom or whatnot. But yeah, if you don't have any questions or if you're not sticking around for the tutorial, you are welcome to head out. Again, thank you for coming, and it has been a great meeting.
Can I add something quickly? Just
Yes.
to that last slide. If there's no meeting until January, I'll just put out a heads up that the final payment deadline, except for the business and engineering, which got an extension on their first deadline, I'm not sure when the final one's going to be. But as far as I know, the final deadline is going to be around mid-January. So just that one's not refundable. So start thinking over the winter break. If you're thinking you might back out of it, then just know by like mid-January.
Cool. Thank you, Sarah.
Sorry, I guess I'll just say this out loud. I wrote it in the chat, but are Soap for Hope sessions only once a month?
I'm going to get Cole to expand on that just because Brianna, who runs those, isn't here, but I think Cole might have a better answer for you.
Yeah. Hey, Alex. I can definitely put you in contact with the people at Soap for Hope. They have lots of sessions running throughout every week, and they do a really, really great job at providing help to the community in Victoria. So if you would like to volunteer with Soap for Hope beyond Global Brigades, you absolutely can do that. And if you were willing to do that and go and reach out to them individually, I'm sure we can work out some kind of Global Brigade point equivalent if you wanted to do that. We just try to provide as much help as we can within our club, but they're running full time, like they're open 9 to 5 every day. And I think they accept volunteers probably 2-3 times a week. So
awesome.
yeah, so there are lots of opportunities for you to volunteer if you want to do that.
Yeah, because my main concern is that I'm just not in Victoria this semester, but I'll be back in January, and I'd love to be able to help out as many things as I can. So I was just kind of hoping there wasn't only going to be like one opportunity in January.
Yeah, for sure. We try to do Soap for Hope once a month as a club. It's normally like a lot more inclusive when we are volunteering and going into country, because they provide a lot of the hygiene supplies for us. Like they fill our entire order for the hygiene kit supplies that we put in. So we try to do volunteer with them. But they're always doing work for the community. And so I'll put you in contact with them, but as a club, we'll be definitely doing some work in January and February with them.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, no worries.